Welcome to Riding Pine, season number 2, episode number 25.
Oh boy.
My voice is hoarse, so I need some beer.
Nice.
Cheers. Cheers to closed beers.
Oh, no, we can't do that. That's a sin.
My name is Mitch. I am the expert. Over to my left. We'll just go left, left, left. How about that?
Harper's here. It's my house, my basement.
Got the agent here. Happy Masters Day, boys.
Did you
I'm dressed like a golfer.
I see that. I noticed that.
I got the
already have to do that? We've been talking about hole placements for the last 20 minutes. Look at these diagrams. He knows where the holes are. Like, well, on Friday they're going to be here, and on Sunday they're going to be there. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought you had a hole as a hole. Apparently not.
And there's an art to it too. You gotta watch that. It's amazing how these guys do it.
Yeah.
Well, I won't get into it.
It's a drilling a hole. Brrr, take the drill. Done.
No drills, man. No drills. It's all manual.
Yeah.
Golf.
Right back in.
Although to be fair, golfers are tougher than basketball players.
Dude broke his ankle and he just taped it up.
He didn't he pop it back in at first.
He just pushed it back in. Like
Yeah.
it popped out after he got a hole in one, mind you.
It's fair enough.
So he got a hole in one. He's running backwards, rolls his ankle so grotesquely.
It was gross.
He's so calm, sees it out of place, reaches down, pops it back in.
Almost like he's dancing. Like, I'm gonna pop and lock my ankle back into place.
And then he just, the gentleman we're talking about is Tony Finau, who was actually in the lead today at one point.
Yeah, he's one back now.
That'll do with a hole in one, I'm sure.
Well, this was in the par 3 contest on Wednesday before it all started.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oh.
happy Masters Week.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I'm dressed as a golfer. That's my sun pump, if you hear that. And I have my homage to my Habs.
FJ? Oh, right. Okay, it's on the other side.
It's Titleist, and it's right there.
That's an F1 symbol. Your Habs symbol is right
Oh, my
there.
Habs symbol's here. Yeah.
Wrong side of the hat. Way to go.
F1.
I'm wearing my reference. We talked about this. I get one soccer reference,
That's it.
and I'm abusing it, whereas we won't. So throughout the show, my soccer reference will be had.
Because
That's
they
fair.
won.
They won their Champions League first leg quarterfinal match.
We're the best.
And they're running away with the league, and they are one of the best teams in the world. So them, Real Madrid. Rooney never played for Manchester City. He played for Manchester United.
Okay.
And he now plays for Everton, which is another team based out of Liverpool. Oh, boys.
Moving on.
Moving on to some actual hockey, because that's what you're here for. and
Brought
that's
to you
what we're
by-
here. Oh yeah, brought to you by Bose. All natural.
say your
brewing
shtick.
company. They are family run, employee owned, totally independent, brewing interesting, tasty, award winning, certified organic. I'm missing one. All natural. There it
Oh,
is. Always,
there you
I
go.
always miss it. Beers.
And we're still crushing the lug tread in a can.
Buy it today at the LCBO
Yes. Buy it
or
today.
wherever you get beers. That was my nice, cool radio voice.
Not bad.
I'm trying to add leverage this hoarse voice that I have going on right now.
horse voice.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, so the Sedin brothers have retired. They're like, you know what? We don't want to keep doing this, and we want to give the Vancouver Canucks $14 million back on their cap, and we don't want to go anywhere else. So we're just gonna we're done. We don't want a farewell tour. We're just out.
Good on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. On that specifically, get your thoughts out on the Sedins, and then we're gonna talk about their draft. Can you quit bringing up the Masters? For Jesus, Murphy.
Okay, it's been on my phone all day. All the tabs are Masters tabs right now, but I have other tabs open because we have something else to talk about today.
Yeah, hockey.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm pulling up.
I think to go with what you're talking about with the Sedins, I think
Okay.
Back to it. So what you were saying about the Sedin brothers?
so I think when they came into the league, they were pretty
Get your words.
yeah, sorry. They were easy to make fun of when they got in the league.
Oh,
I didn't know how to
Of course.
they were these two guys that came in, they were about $1.50 each. So easy to push around. They looked a little bit different.
Yeah.
But they turned into bona fide superstars, and they had a really good career. And it's pretty cool how it was Brian Burke at the time, I believe, how he was able to manipulate the draft and getting not only two great players back to back, not only brothers but twins,
That's right.
and then they play their entire career together. I was pretty impressed. Pretty impressed with their
I
careers.
love how when you can just look at their stats and
Yeah.
you know who was the passer and who was the shooter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel was the goal scorer. Henrik was the setup man.
Who has the hands and who
For sure.
I think it's almost like eerie. They have what, 27 games, and if they would have had the same amount of games, they probably would have had the same amount of points.
Yeah, it's so similar. Is it? I think that's what Henrik played 27 more games.
Yeah, 27 more
That's
games.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane. What we really wanted to talk about, not necessarily the Sedin brothers themselves and what they've done, although on that, Hall of Famers together, or Hall of Famers independently. As I've heard the argument that they should only go in together because they're only as good as the sum of their parts, which is each other.
How do you do that? Get
One
in-
black, two faces.
Has that ever happened before?
No, not that I'm aware of. I think that would be a first.
I can't
It's
really
like the
see
Sutter
that.
brothers are all separate.
Yeah, I can't really see that happening.
Well, again, it's unprecedented because when's the last time you had two players so integral to each other on a team?
Do you think? Yeah, no, that's something I don't think I'll ever be able to
Right?
answer. How many years did they play? 17, 18 seasons?
So they came in 99.
So-
So 17 years about, we'll say.
Wow.
So you get into the league just for playing 17 years? Or you get into the Hall of Fame for playing 17 years? I wouldn't put them in the Hall of Fame.
What?
Why would you put them in the Hall of Fame?
They got like 1,000 points.
Big D.
How many people have 1,000 points?
They have 0 cups. No cups.
Well, then anyone who gets a cup is in. That doesn't make any sense.
That's what I would say.
So
And
you don't think they're Hall of Famers?
I don't think they're Hall of Famers. I think they were really, really good hockey players and integral to their team. But
I could see that argument, Harps. Like, it's going to be tough.
What?
It's going to be tough one year to give them both because you can't, like you said, you can't just bring one in and they're not going to split a plaque. So are you really going to give up 2 of your 4 player positions in any given year?
how did they?
How does
Like, what year is
how
that?
does Rogie Vachon get in, but the Sedin brothers can't get in?
Because he has a Stanley Cup.
Does he?
He does. Of course he does.
I'm not so sure about that. I'll let you. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
My Bible.
Did he? I don't even know what team he played for, to be honest with you. I'm assuming he played for the Habs because he's French Canadian, but you know he's so old that I don't know if he did.
Yeah.
Wasn't he for the Kings? Didn't Rogie Vachon play for the Kings?
No, he played. He played for Montreal.
I'll give it to you.
Didn't he start like the Joe Louis company? Like the
Visually, maybe that makes sense because it's Vachon, but maybe not. They are not Hall of Fame players. Okay.
I don't think.
Fair enough.
They've never taken their team over the edge. They've been really good, dynamic hockey players.
Game 7?
Yeah.
They had a few dominating seasons. I mean, when Burroughs was their line mate, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
They were the best. They were the best line in hockey. Yeah, they had a few very good seasons. I would tend to lean towards the not Hall of Famers. Definitely Ring of whatever the ring is in Vancouver that they give, you know, the Ring of Honor or something.
Yeah.
So they've got something like that in Vancouver.
So does Alfie get into the Hall of Fame then?
Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, I've
'Cause
been
if Alfie gets in, the Sedin brothers get in.
yeah, I'm not convinced.
Okay.
not either.
I thought I had you guys there. I was like, yes, they're going to say Alfie gets in.
You need some accolades. You need
Yeah.
some hardware.
I think Alfie will get in, and
I think he will.
I think, but I don't know. I mean, the Sedins will probably get in, but first,
I'm
are
sure.
they first ballots?
No.
I don't think so. I don't think they're first ballots.
Yeah,
It'd be close. It'd be interesting to see. Because who else is on that ballot? Joe Thornton? He gets in first ballot.
Oh,
First ballot player.
yeah,
easily.
absolutely.
But again, he
He's
hasn't
got
won
no cup.
anything. Oh, there it is. There's the gotcha. Yes.
Joe Thornton's a surefire, like eyes closed, surefire.
And I'd be that old guy in the back of the room going, nay.
Okay. Everyone's made their decision. They're like, oh, it's up to Harper now. Oh my
then
God.
you just hear,
Oh no!
nay.
Harper's got his like phone with his master's like, huh? Jordan Spieth what? Nay. That's fair. I can respect your consistency to your decision because you're being consistent throughout. That's fair.
I don't agree with the only you can't be a Hall of Famer without a cup. I don't agree with that. I
Right.
just don't think the Sedins are quite there. Maybe 3 or 4 more years of that dominance that they had. You know, because
Yeah.
it was really from like 07 to 12
That they were,
thing.
yeah, and then it went. Well, that's their peak, right? That was their peak.
Like they
peaked,
only
but
had
they
a
peaked
couple
well.
of 80-point seasons each.
That's still 80-point seasons.
I know, but it wasn't
good.
like Barzal's got his first 80-point season this year. His first year.
Yeah.
He does.
So I mean it's you know,
He's got another point tonight, so 83 points on the year.
I don't know. I'll be very curious to see. I don't think I'd vote them in though.
I think the only exception to the rule is where I wouldn't stay consistent is Ovi if he doesn't ever win a cup.
Sure, but then we're talking about like Potentially, I don't know. It depends who you
Greatest
talk
scorer
to.
of all time.
Yeah, one of those, something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that. Well, so the reason we brought up the Sedin brothers is obviously it's topical, but I also wanted to talk about the worst draft possible, because that 1999 draft was garbage, straight garbage. I know, because the Islanders picked 4 times in the first round, 3 times in the top 10. And all of those players were gone within 2 years.
Oh.
So they traded Taylor Pyatt and Tim Connolly to the Buffalo Sabres for the rights to Michael Pekka.
Michael Pekka.
Nice.
So they got the rights, the free agent rights to Mike Pekka for 2 top 10 picks. I think Pyatt was number 5. No, Connolly was number 5, and Pyatt was 8 overall.
Yeah.
In 99.
Taylor Pyatt.
So 2 years from when they were drafted, they were sent to Buffalo for the rights to a free agent. You keep in mind, a Selke winning center, or a future Selke winning center.
Ottawa had the steal of that draft in the first round.
Who did they take?
Marty Havlat.
That was a good pick.
Yeah.
That was a good, how many points he got? 694 or something like that?
594.
594.
But picked 26th.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good pick.
Although, do you know who really won that draft? I think it was 6th round, Henrik Zennerberg.
That was the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That
Detroit Red Wings cleaned up on that draft. I think it was the 6th round that Henrik Zennerberg was taken.
5th.
It was
no,
the 5th
he
round?
was 6th.
Was he 6th?
Yeah, he was
Pretty sure it was
6th.
the 6th round that he was taken in. I only know that because I did an article about this the other day for Eyes on Isles. That's why I know all these things about the Islanders.
Mike Comrie, too.
Great pick. So what I wanted to ask you boys is, what was the worst draft? Was it 99? Was it another one that you can think of?
I think the 96 draft
96
was pretty
draft.
bad, too.
Why the 96 draft? I'm going to bring it up, and then we can talk about it real quick, and then we're going to...
So first overall was actually the best,
God.
player. It was Chris Phillips.
Yeah.
That's bad.
How's that bad? Look who else is picked after. Who would you pick over him? He had a stellar career in Ottawa.
Chris Phillips went first overall. That's
Shutdown.
crazy.
Danny Briere, but again, he went late first round. So
Yeah. I mean, no, Chris Phillips was okay, but after that, it was a pretty brutal decline.
Oh yeah, easily. What, 2nd overall, Andrei
Yeah.
Zuzhin.
Andre Zuzin, yeah.
That didn't last very long.
Boyd Devereaux.
Alexander Volkov, 4th overall. Rick Jackman, 5th overall. Boyd Devereaux.
So like,
Those were all
busts.
pretty
it was
big
a
busts.
defense heavy draft when you look at it. But there's no good who.
So really, there was only 2 All-Stars from that draft in the first round. That was Marco Sturm and Danny Briere. Those are the only 2 All-Stars in the entire first round.
And even then, like looking back, like the best pick was probably Thomas Cabriolet at the 8th round, and even then, that was okay. He was an okay pick.
He was okay
That's
for a
about it.
while. He declined pretty
Oh,
well.
he declined quick.
Hard.
Yeah.
Real hard.
Okay, so I think a consensus there.
Yeah, 99 was the worst. 96 was second, like
Very
1B.
close second.
Okay, what is the worst pick that was ever made by a team?
By any team?
Any team.
That's really hard. Like any
Oh,
like
I mean, there's so
You guys
many.
have had this running order for a week now. Maybe not a week. 3 days.
I thought you wanted it from our own team.
Sure. Give me that. That's
I
fine.
can give you that.
Okay,
because I think every
fair.
Sens fan's gonna want to say Alexander Daigle,
yes.
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 but
yes,
you can't
yes. Oh, why not?
because anybody with that pick would have taken him.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's hindsight. It's 2020. So yeah, it looks terrible, but even over Pronger, it sucks. Chris Pronger went number 2. But even over that, but even over that, at the time, the projection, it wasn't like Chris Pronger wasn't even spoken about. It was the Dolan Bowl equivalency. It was, Alexander Daigle was touted to be the next one. He had something absurd. He had 247 points in 119 junior games.
And he was good in his first year.
He was pretty good. He had 51 points and won the Calder.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's like, okay, well, we made a good pick. Great. That's working out so far. And year number 2 wasn't too bad either, I'm pretty sure.
Not bad, but
It's year number 3 it started going down. Again, when you say not bad, like he hit what, like 60 points type thing that
I
year?
think he only hit 60 once.
Yeah. So like it went down, and then when it was going down, it went down quick. Like Dag never recovered.
Yeah, so our worst pick ever was Brian Lee.
Yeah, okay. Is it Dag or Daigle?
It's Daigle.
Yeah, he's French, isn't he?
Yeah.
Aigle.
Yeah.
Daigle.
So Brian Lee, he was supposed to have some sort of offensive aspect to his game. He was highly touted. That's Sidney Crosby draft year, by the way. He ended up playing 209 games and scored 5 goals and added 31 assists. So he was a bust. Bad.
That's a bust.
Yeah.
That's a bust. For the Islanders, I picked Kevin Cheveldayoff. Yeah, the GM of the Winnipeg Jets. They picked him in the first round in, what year was it? I forget the year already. I have to look. 1988, 16th overall. Never played. Never played. He never made the NHL. He got hurt,
Cheveldayoff.
but he never made it.
I didn't know he was a first rounder.
And I'm sure there's more. There's better picks out there. I just really wanted to highlight that one. There's also the 3 top 10 picks in 1999 that didn't go so well. There's Griffin Reinhart, 4th overall in 2011. Not so good. Ryan Strome, 5th overall in 2012. 33-point player this year for the Edmonton Oilers.
Off the top of my head, Nail Yakupov's got to be up there.
So that's the one that I wanted to focus on.
Aha.
Yeah.
Is how do you identify a bust like that? Because that is phenomenal how bad he has been.
It's so tough. I mean, I think you've got to take a lot into a person's character. I think you just have to go with your gut and find out a lot about them before you just pick them purely based on their hockey talents. And if a guy's not happy, what's he going to be like? What's he going to turn into? And I just think it was a bad situation in Edmonton for him.
But he was never able to recover because he went to St. Louis.
No, he was never. Yeah,
and Colorado seemed to go well at the start of the year.
Yeah,
never recovered.
Yeah,
and so what's left? Like I'd still
is that the worst pick of all time?
It's got to be. I'm sure there's worse. I'm sure there's got to be worse because there's how many drafts ever done. But like the fact that
so top of mind, like it's so recent.
Well, it's also the fact that scouting is that much better nowadays.
And there's a lot more kids coming up too. Like back in 1975 or whatever, there was only 8 rounds and 84 players taken compared to 6 rounds.
There's 27 players taken in 1 year.
Yeah,
it's insane. Yeah,
that's true. But that's the thing is that to me, the scouting is so much better. That's why like we know players out in Sweden and how good they're going to be and generally how they transfer out. Right? We didn't know Erik Karlsson even back then. Like that was still not that long ago when we weren't so sure about it. Even Russian kids like Sergei Fedorov, there was no scouting. That's why they were taken in like the 6th, 5th round.
Well, Sens fans booed that pick.
They did.
They booed the Erik Karlsson pick. And now we are putting up billboards not to lose them.
Yeah.
Please.
He gone. We'll get to Karlsson a little bit later in the show. Is there a worse pick that you can think of than Yakupov?
I don't have one.
Okay.
I don't have a worse pick. I mean, Alex Galchenyuk, if I'm going to go...
That's not the worst pick.
He's not the worst. He's still real good. But Matt Higgins in 1996. He scored... he played 57 games. He was 1st overall. And I think he scored 3 goals.
That's not what you want for a 1st overall pick.
So it's pretty bad. But anyways, there's so many bad picks out there.
Yeah. Every year there's a bad pick. No worries.
Yeah.
No worries. Michael Del Cole was picked 5th overall and still hasn't played at NHL. Oh, sorry, he's played 2 NHL games. So
what do we think the best draft class was?
Whoa.
I know what mine is.
09? I'm only saying that because Tavares, Duchesne. That's a pretty good one, I'm sure. I haven't looked at it.
But it's got to be 05, no?
03.
03 was good. 03 was deep.
Who's in 03?
03, Shea Weber, Corey Perry, Marc-Andre Fleury. Like those players were like the cornerstone of all of their teams for the next.
Still to this day.
Still to this
He's
day.
the cornerstone for the Montreal Canadiens for the next 20 years.
Yeah. Pretty much. At a cheap price.
He's only cheap for a fox.
He's $7 million this year for the next 2 years. He's fine. He's the least of my worries at the moment.
Yeah, your worry should be Carey Price's groin.
There's nothing wrong with his groin.
All right, sure.
Yeah, Carey Price was the 05 year.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was a good year.
Yeah,
it was a good year.
Okay, do we want to move on a bit?
No. Yes. Like in every decade.
We are back now. Let's go from the draft talk and let's do our 5-minute majors, boys.
Let's do it.
Ooh.
And I think I'm the judge this week.
I'm totally prepared.
Oh boy, Harper, come on! Like you spend too much time figuring out where the holes are.
My mind
he doesn't have to. He already knows where.
It's true. So you have no excuse.
Exactly.
All right. So 5-minute major is what we do after our first topic, where 2 of us debate a specific topic, and one of us is the judge, and the judge has no idea what said topic is going to be, and the judge then has to decide where they side on, because that's what a judge does. He adjudicates. So this week, I am the judge. Yes. So I got to sit back. These guys have 5 minutes to convince me of their side of the argument. Again, I have no idea what they're going to argue.
Okay. Well,
hot topic.
I posed a question to Harper, seeing as though Connor McDavid is now running away again with the Art Ross trophy 2 years in a row.
Okay.
I posed the question to Harper, is it time to admit that Connor McDavid is now the greatest player in the world, or is it still Sidney Crosby?
All right, just let me figure out my phone here so I can get my timer on.
You can do this.
I don't know why my phone doesn't want to unlock. Thanks a lot, Apple, for that.
Sponsors.
There it is. Okay, 5 minutes. Ready?
He wasn't even paying attention to my whole opening. That was like, I almost won the argument there. He was just trying to unlock his phone.
Just fidgeting with technology. Huh? What? Huh? Okay, ready, set, 5 minutes, go.
You go ahead.
I will start.
Go.
And if Mitch was paying attention, I will recap it very quickly.
Perfectly. You know, you should summarize your argument from the start always.
Well, I said that
concise.
I think it's time, after seeing that Connor McDavid is going to win his second Art Ross trophy in a row, it's time to admit that he is now the greatest player in the world. The torch has officially been passed this year.
Okay.
The reason I take that side of the fence is because if I were to start a team today, who would I pick? It's Connor McDavid, no doubt. And it's not even just on his future potential of greatness. He's only 21 years old. He's going to be better, but it's because of how good he already is. There's nobody in the league that creates more time and space than him. His vision with the puck is second to Gretzky only that I've seen. It's absolutely incredible.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, if you got a better one, I don't think you do.
Crosby.
No. He's the fastest kid alive.
I don't know.
Super bad.
Already changing their overtime strategy just to get him off the ice.
Exactly.
Which is ridiculous. It's insane.
You know, and again, at 21, he hasn't even developed fully into the player.
He ain't even a man.
I mean, give him 2 years, even 1 or 2 years. But right now, he's already the best. You know, nobody more dynamic. Nobody plays at a high tempo like him. And, you know, he'll probably be voted again by his peers, Ted Lindsay, again this year.
Oh, easily.
So I think it's time that we pass the torch over to Connor McDavid.
Okay. All right. Harper, you have 3 minutes to make your case.
I'm not going to need 3 minutes.
Okay, this is great.
It's called the 5-minute major, though.
Yeah, you guys use it.
So Crosby is still the best player in the NHL.
Okay.
Reason being, he has the experience to go with that skill set. No, he's not the fastest player anymore because he's not 12 years old like Connor McDavid is.
12 years old. Oh, my God.
So Connor McDavid is fast. He can create speed. He can create space. And he scores those goals like Crosby did when he was 21 as well. But right now, Crosby has that experience, and he has the ability to put the team on his back and to turn it on at the exact moment because he knows how to conserve his energy and how to actually be a team player and not just hit a single every single time. He knows how to actually distribute.
You meant a home run, right?
No, like
Okay.
or you know what I mean. Like
He's not even giving him a home run. He's just giving him a single.
just giving him a single. But you know what I mean? Just stepping up to the plate, getting a home run, and then coming back and then doing it again. He's just able to take his team to that next level by, you know, being a leader and being that generational type player from 10 years ago. But he's still that guy. He's able to take his team to the next level with experience, being able to turn it on. And I watched him just the other day, and you didn't see him all game, but then in overtime, he was ridiculous. Yeah. He just took the game into his own hands.
Okay.
Boom. And there was the game. I haven't seen Connor McDavid do that other than getting, let's say, a 4-point game or a 5-point game in a meaningless game. I need to see some more from him in the playoffs, and he just needs to be able to be a leader. And he has to show me that he's a leader on top of being a really good hockey player. So,
okay.
Best hockey player, best leader, best dude, man.
Best dude.
Best dude.
That's your time?
If this was the competition for best leader, Harper wins that argument hands down. He said leader, but
what about best dude?
Okay, but skill set?
Also the best dude.
Skill set?
Although I'd probably rather hang out with Connor McDavid.
So would I. He plays video games.
Yeah.
Crosby just listens to Ambassador.
Ugh.
Or Ex-Ambassador.
Ex-Ambassador.
Which is a stupid band. Get some taste. I don't even think he knows who Tragically Hip were. Some people in high school used to listen to them. Come on, Crosby. Come on.
The worst one is Bernier trying to figure out who Mandela was. And he's
Like Nelson Mandela?
yeah, have you seen that interview?
No, I don't think I want to now.
It's the worst.
Okay, so I have to pick a winner. I like the players you named each individually. I do like Crosby. I don't think he's the best player though.
So do you think that you put them side by side, other than the speed,
Side by each.
side by side, comme ci, comme ça, you think that he wouldn't be able to do exactly what Connor McDavid could do?
No.
No. Neither can replicate what the other does. Crosby is a different player than McDavid. McDavid is a different player than Crosby. Clearly.
He creates in ways that like I've never seen before.
Who's going to have the better peak?
the better
their career.
peak.
Because I think it's safe to say that we've seen Crosby's peak, even though he's still, phenomenal. We've seen his peak.
My issue with that argument is that did we actually see Crosby's peak? Did injuries take a level of Crosby away from us?
Maybe a bit, yeah.
But
he's still an unbelievable.
Oh, easily. But if he didn't get those concussions,
yeah,
how better would he be?
Yeah.
He's already outstanding, but how better would he be? Like, so I get Harper. He's got 3 Stanley Cups.
Yeah.
That's huge. McDavid hasn't even been in the league 3 full years.
Was he the Conn Smythe each time?
Yeah,
No.
well, like, he shouldn't have been.
Well, Phil
He
Kessel
wasn't.
should have probably got that one.
Yeah. Malkin should have got the last one as well.
yeah.
The last 2 should not have gone to Sidney Crosby.
No.
It should have been Kessel and Malkin. Easily. But he won it because he drew up a stupid play off the face-off. We're sparsing hairs over the 2 best players on the planet, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. It's not like Crosby is the worst player ever and McDavid is the best. The gulf in talent is minute because, again, they're different players. This is my opinion. Obviously, you guys disagree. Well, maybe not. Darcy agrees with me, but you, Harper, disagree. And that's a fair disagreement because it's not like you're bringing up Shea Weber as the second best player in the world. No, you brought up a valuable player who's clearly fantastic at everything he does. And he's probably a more complete player. But right now, at the moment, Connor McDavid is the best player on the planet.
All right.
Easily.
That was a tough argument.
Hands down. Listen, again, the Anaheim Ducks kept the puck in their own zone for a minute.
To get him off the ice.
To get him off the ice on 3-on-3, and then they went up and scored.
That's ridiculous.
They just rope-a-doped the Edmonton Oilers to getting Connor McDavid off the ice. They just dodged all the shots against George Foreman, tired them out. Like, okay, Connor's off, boom, done. And immediately, they scored immediately. Right away.
Yeah.
Insane.
He needs a good team.
Connor McDavid?
I feel bad for this guy,
So do I. 103 points, and he still can't get the playoffs.
Like, they're almost last in the league. Like, give me a break.
It's bad. Okay, we wanted to bring something up a little bit because we didn't bring a little bit. We don't want to bring something up now before we transition into our next piece. We have a producer here who doesn't watch a lot of hockey.
Producer B.
And there's one thing that's been coming up in the news recently that he has not stopped talking about.
May it be that it's old news, but it's still news to producer Brian.
It is
Okay?
the gold standard of news to producer Brian. So the Chicago Blackhawks
Yes.
had
2 goalie injuries.
a backup. The backup's backup. Who was a 36-year-old accountant.
Where do they find this guy?
That they have one. They always have one.
Sitting in the stands.
Yep.
Are they always accountants?
No, so the Islanders guy
Is it like a dual duty?
I think the Islanders guy is a grounds manager for a golf course on Long Island.
So I don't even know who the Suns guys. You know the Habs guys?
No.
Yeah. I don't
why
know,
would you?
like, is there
Why would you?
emergency? So do they go to every game?
I don't
or
think they
just
go
home
to.
games?
I think they just go to home games.
So what do they do for road situations? They dress a player?
They
I
dress
don't
like
even
the-
remember a situation of that happening.
I think they're just like an on-call guy. There's a guy in the arena, the equipment manager probably.
Yeah, you typically.
He's probably just from that city. A
Probably,
guy can be
or
on call from that city who's just like there.
it's like Jean-Guy from equipment. Yeah, you were washing out some helmets. Guess what? Strap the pads on, buddy. You're getting out there.
So anyways, let's get back to Scott
So
Foster.
Scott
Tape his
Foster.
hands.
Yes.
They just find the biggest guy in the stands. You 6'8" giant in the net. Scott Foster played for 14 minutes for the Chicago Blackhawks against the Winnipeg Jets. I don't know
Jets.
why it's a New Jersey
Technically
Devils.
got a shutout, saved all 7 shots.
All 7 shots. And B can't stop talking about it. Which is, listen, it's outstanding. And it's a dream. He keeps saying, like, isn't that the dream? And he's right.
It is, except
That's the
not my dream because you couldn't pay me $1 million to step on the ice with those guys. They take my head off.
You could pay me $50,000 to get on
You
that
could
ice.
pay me $200.
Well, no,
You get on the ice.
I've got some standards and some bills to pay.
I'd do it for free.
I would not.
Anybody listening?
I have low standards.
Any team that's still looking to tank, we've got a guy for
Your
you.
man Harps will put some pads on.
Man,
Get in front of some slap shots.
I'd stop a couple. I'd stop a couple.
Dustin Bufflin will come run him over.
It's okay.
And the
See
long
the size of this
Lucic.
equipment these days? You can't see anything. I'd be like Goldberg.
Just tape him to the net. Unreal. So good story coming out of Chicago. Good catch, B.
It's amazing.
That is a good story.
His post-game interview was the best part of that story.
It
He
was.
he was
I
hilarious.
didn't catch it.
Anybody who didn't see it, just look up Scott Foster post-game interview. It's worth it. It's better than his performance.
The highlights. First question was like, "What do you remember from the game?" He's like, "Someone telling me that I put my helmet on." And now, he doesn't remember being out there. I'm sure he does, but it was all just a blur, as it would be. You're standing out there on Madison Avenue.
He made a couple nice saves too.
He did.
Do you think they paid him anything?
No,
Yeah,
they didn't actually.
What? You have to sign some sort of contract,
No, because it's a tryout. You signed a tryout contract.
and it wasn't $10K.
Nope.
I'd always assumed there's like a 1 day.
They may have given him something, but like, thanks a lot for bailing us out. But in terms of like cap implications,
Maybe he
no
just
cost.
doesn't want anybody to know because he's an accountant and he doesn't want to put on the books.
I don't want to. This isn't going to my 401k at all.
Yeah, he got some pocket money.
You guys give me some cash, straight cash, please.
Just under the table. So good story coming out of Chicago, except the fact that they can't make the playoffs.
And it was last week, so sorry.
Well, whatever.
Man, it's fine.
It's fine. B's got to catch one eventually.
He does.
He's got to earn his beer.
He needs some glory.
I need to go and find me some like 5 or 6 osmiums out at the beer store from Bros because I got to pay him for a bunch of like
Can't find that stuff anywhere, man.
S bombs.
Ovechkin scored his 47th tonight. Just a
Yes,
Attaboy.
Anders Lee, number 40.
quick update. I don't know. I'll take a look.
Okay, so second topic. Going into the playoffs, what team has the best 1-2 punch? And what I mean by 1-2 punch is we talked about it earlier a little bit, but superstar players. Who's got the best duo of superstar players out of playoff teams right now?
Duo?
I mean, is it like
Doesn't it necessarily be in the same line because clearly the best duo used to be or could very well be Crosby Malkin.
Yeah.
But
could
Bergeron,
still very well be?
although Bergeron's injured.
Could still very well be Crosby Malkin, right?
Yeah,
Until you knocked him off that pedestal. But for me, I'm gonna stick. I'm just feeling something about Tampa right now.
Really?
I'm feeling a certain kind of way for Tampa. I'm thinking they're gonna go. I think they're gonna go deep in the playoffs this year. So I've got Stamkos, Kucherov. That's my best 1-2 punch going into the playoffs right now.
I do not like that punch. They're good players. They're good players for sure, but
Really? And what gives
I have
you-
no
what gives you
confidence in
reason?
Tampa
Why is
because
that?
they can score 7 goals, but they can also let up 7 goals.
Yeah, but I don't know. Vasilevsky is pretty good.
Well, clearly he's good, but he's not good right now, and that's important because the playoffs are a couple of days away.
Yeah. All right. So,
Or a week away,
So
I would
you're
say.
liking Harper's New Jersey call then? to take him
No,
out?
I'm not saying that. I'm just not confident that they could like wipe the floor with New Jersey or anyone for that matter.
Yeah, it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be a 4 games. That's for sure. I've watched them play.
Yeah.
And they're not elevating their game to that other level where I feel like they should be. But
Okay.
my 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
Winnipeg Jets, man.
Okay.
Who's the Line
Yeah.
and Ehlers.
Oh wow. Not even.
Not even Wheeler, Scheifele.
Yeah. Those might have been my 2. I was gonna say
Yeah.
those 2.
I was gonna go Line Scheifele.
Then you got Stastny to add into that.
But that's their line right now. You got Line, Statsny, and Ehlers on the one line, and then you got Scheifele, Connors. And
oh yeah, Kyle
Wheeler.
Connors.
yeah. What?
What a
30
find.
goals? 31 goals?
Dude,
Yeah.
this team is so underrated. It's not even funny.
Yeah. They're not talked about.
No,
This
they're
is a
not talked
very.
Well, that's what
very-
happens when you play in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Winnipeg is unbelievable.
Western time zone ish, right? Central, but still.
But you're a
not
superstar
Eastern.
in that city because Winnipeg love their Jets.
Yeah, of course, but that's
they're
all
not.
they've
It's
got.
not. There's no league-wide attention. with
How many
Winnipeg
people live in
whatsoever.
Winnipeg? 600,000, maybe.
Yeah, 650.
You can live in Winnipeg like as one of these guys and not ever have to go into town, never, right? Like this, why would they need to do that? No one's gonna see them. I don't know. Like they're superstars. They're clearly celebrities. If they were to walk down Portage, they would draw a crowd. But they're never gonna have to do that. And there's so few people out there, anyways. It doesn't even matter. But anyways, for me, I'm loving the Matthews Marner.
Yeah.
In Toronto, Marner is on another level right now, and Matthews is just Matthews.
So it'll be good for 5, 6, 7 games maybe.
I've got some. I think Toronto goes a little far. I don't think they go crazy far. My lock is still Boston to get it out of the East.
So they go far.
Oh right, they
in
would
the
have to
first
play
round,
Boston first round unless they drop to the wild card.
which they can't. Nobody can catch them.
No one can catch them.
Nope.
I haven't.
No,
I've clearly not done the math.
No, Florida would have to. Florida would have been the only.
What about out of the Metro? Well, no, obviously
Metro
you can't
take
knock
it
them
as
out
top
of the
3.
third.
No.
All right. Well then, I
No,
take
it's
back
been-
the fact. I
it's-
take that back because
It's
that
been
was
set
stupid.
since the middle of December. So
Well,
no.
that was stupid.
Like I said, they're going to be good. Your 1-2 punch is going to be good for 6 games because I think that's as far as they're going.
yeah, you're right. Because I
maybe
took Boston
maybe
to go
7.
all the
Boston
way.
they could take them to 7.
They could.
But I mean, and it's nothing against the Leafs. I just think Boston's that good.
Well, they've clearly been that good.
They have McAvoy back, and they were just unbelievable yesterday.
That's true.
They're unreal.
But like,
Yeah.
Marchand's not back. Sorry, not Marchand. Bergeron's not back. Bergeron.
No, he's not back.
He's not back yet, right?
No, but he'll be back.
He's chilling at home playing Fortnite.
Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back for the playoffs.
Everyone's playing Fortnite but me.
Okay, Winnipeg Jets draft picks.
Okay.
Like we talked about,
yeah.
we talked about tanking.
That's
and not
in-house. That's in-house.
tanking. Dude.
Yeah.
So 2011, Mark Scheifele.
Yep.
2012, Jacob Trouba.
Mark Scheifele had a tough time getting into the league. I don't know if you remember a couple of years
Yeah.
ago, they were starting to question whether or not that was a good pick.
The whole Jason Spezza situation all over again.
And
We're
now
talking about
he's
tank.
like in the same
Yeah.
conversation as Connor McDavid and all those other guys.
Not quite,
yeah,
but
a level below, but only a
He
level.
thinks he's at that level. He's
well,
said he thinks
he's
at
got
that
to. You got to buy
a
on.
lot of people think they're at that level in that league.
level. I think I'm at that level.
See, there you go.
Josh Morrissey.
Never heard of him.
He's playing.
I
on the
know,
team
but
right
like
now.
I don't really know anything about him
he's
outside
good.
of he plays with the team.
Nicolas Ehlers,
Mm-hmm.
2014.
Nicolaj.
Kyle Connors in 2015.
Yeah, that was a good pick.
Where
Where's
we got in
Laine?
2016? Patrick Laine in 16. And last year was Vesalainen. He's not playing right now. But you got 6 players there playing on the team right now.
In your top consideration, like core of top to bottom.
That's-
What about
that's your-
Hellebuck?
Oof, Hellebuck was
Was he? He must have been drafted by them.
No, they picked him up somewhere else.
Yeah, he was in.
Minnesota?
He's a West guy.
I've clearly
Who
not.
knows?
This is not my segment. This is not my segment because I already got it like not very well. Toronto's gonna go far, but I picked Boston to be my lock in the East, and you're like, that doesn't make any sense.
I'm taking Winnipeg to go to the finals.
Wow.
Yep.
Did you do a bracket yet? No, we're gonna save brackets.
I really don't hate that call, to be honest with you. I think Nashville might have something to say about it, but
Yes.
I don't see anybody else really. I think it could. If it's a Nashville-Winnipeg conference final, I'm not sure if it's going to be set up that way. I'm sure it is, though. That would be awesome.
Unreal.
Can it? I don't think it can because they're both. No, they would have to face each other before the conference finals, wouldn't they?
Well, it depends. Are they finishing 1-2?
Wouldn't they? Even if they were 3, they still wouldn't jump out of the central bracket.
True.
So they would still have to play each other. That's why Pittsburgh and Washington always play each other before the
second
conference
round.
finals. So it's divisional based, right? So Metros are going to play as many Metro as they can. And that's why the advantage was to, was it Florida a few years ago? Or the Island? No, it was the Rangers because they went into the Atlantic bracket when they went up against
Right.
Montreal. So they went up against Montreal and then it was Ottawa
Yeah.
because they were in the Metro, the Atlantic bracket.
I don't understand this at all. My mind just goes mushy.
Well.
Whenever we talk about brackets.
It's
and
not the greatest. It's not the greatest system. We talked about that last week. If you didn't watch it, go now.
click somewhere.
Somewhere. Anyways, okay. Should we move on?
We should.
Do you guys have anything else about like the playoffs before we go to Stanley Stumpers and
Who's
something
excited for playoff hockey?
Can't wait.
else? Guys, like you just talked about like your boners for the Masters like,
Whoa.
all
Whoa.
show long.
That goes in the jar.
That is not a swear word.
You can't say the B word.
You still can't say it.
Why not? What's wrong with that?
There's kids watching this.
What kid is watching this?
Papa, it's got boner.
C'est une érection.
All right.
Wow,
this is-
done.
Quand tu t'excites, là, c'est ça.
C'est ça.
Anyway.
Anatomy class over.
Moving on.
Honestly, jeepers creepers. All right, next time I'll I don't know, we'll figure something out. Oh my god. All right, so Stanley Stumpers, where Darcy has encyclopedic knowledge of Stanley Cup winners through 1970, but he's only won one of the last three, so
And 17 of the previous 17.
I didn't want to go
We're
there.
not supposed to say that.
Well, you are. I'm going to say it for you.
Talked about this before.
Just in case you forget.
He's 17-2 and 1 asterisk because we still don't know if Harper cheated that one time.
I didn't.
He didn't.
Break, fellas.
Yeah, we'll give you a break. So the idea here is that I list off, or Harper sometimes will list off a set of clues that are to reveal a Stanley Cup winner from 1970 onwards. The clues start off hard and get easier as I go. There are 6. You get 1 guess per round. And the idea here is that Harper is trying to beat Darcy to the punch and reveal the Stanley Cup winner and year.
And I've done it twice. So,
Asterisks. Once for sure. Once we're not entirely sure. Pretty sure. Not entirely sure.
come on, fellas.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
First clue. We had a Venezuelan player on our team and 2 Americans.
What?
They had a Venezuelan on their team and 2 Americans.
1994 New York Rangers.
Incorrect.
Venezuelan.
Yeah. I thought that'd be interesting.
That is interesting.
I don't remember his name. I'm going to have to look it up later.
2 Americans. Okay. It's obviously a long time ago. So we're looking at 1970 Boston Bruins.
Incorrect.
Good guess.
We, the winner, lost 1 game on our way to the finals.
Whoa.
Lost once on our way to the finals. They also had a Venezuelan
And 2 Americans.
and 2 Americans.
And a couple of Americans.
And a partridge in the pear tree. Do you want to skip? Do you want to
Yeah.
go to the next one?
Yeah,
It's not going to
next.
get a lot easier.
Nope.
We, the loser, lost 1 game on our way to the finals.
Ooh.
So same thing.
Clash of the Titans.
That's right.
Classic.
Classic.
That's a tough one.
Anything? So both teams only lost once on the way, and the winner had a Venezuelan and 2 Americans and a partridge in the pear tree.
1970 something.
That's not a year.
Philadelphia Flyers.
Incorrect on a few levels. Well, just the one. 70-something isn't a year. Darcy, you got one? Before we go on to number 4?
75 Philadelphia Flyers.
Incorrect.
That was my pick.
Oh,
No.
Yeah, you didn't. Anyways, good try.
Yours was the other one that they won that decade.
True.
It was the winner, 3rd trip to the finals in a row and 5th since 1970. 5th trip to the finals since 1970.
1987 Edmonton Oilers.
Incorrect.
Oh, come on. Since when, sorry? 19 what?
1970.
Oh.
So from 1970 to this point, they had gone to the finals 5 times. And in this year, it was their 3rd in a row.
1978 Montreal Canadiens.
Correct. Oh, Darcy is not happy.
I'm going to keep this book beside me all the time.
I'm just going to do this.
This is called the...
the Darcy buffer.
see what I did here?
1970. Oh, my.
They also had 9 Hall of Fame players on their roster. And their Conn Smythe winner had 21 points in the playoffs.
Hey, some good vibes for my habitants here.
Bonus points. Who can name the Conn Smythe winner that year?
Ken Dryden.
No.
Bob Gainey.
No. Larry Robinson.
Oh, yeah. Robinson. Gainey was the next year.
The Big Bird.
The Big Bird. The Big Bird. I want to find out who that Venezuelan is. So someone
Okay,
bring it
let's
here.
do this here. 17.
18. I didn't correct it before.
Okay, so you're 18, 2, and 1? No, 3.
3. That's right. Come on.
Falling apart late in the year.
Yeah, you're.
What's the one?
I'm like
Is that the
Tampa
Astros?
Bay,
It's
I'm
the
like
diet.
Tampa Bay Lightning right now.
That diet is not doing well for you.
Is that one?
No.
Is that the asterisk?
That's right.
Is that what?
Yeah. So it was Rick Chartrand.
And what role did he play?
So he was a defenseman.
Yeah.
He was born in Venezuela, in Caracas, in 1954. He was a first-round pick, 10th overall in 1974. Yeah, I know. I didn't know who he was either. In 7 on the defense.
Penalty.
16.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, player.
75.
This is disappointing.
Yes.
That's bad. You gotta start eating and drinking some beer or something.
I think that's what it is.
you need to get some weight back on you, bud.
Yeah.
Hey, did Sergio Garcia, did he do that meal today or a couple days ago?
I could care less.
The Champions meal?
Of course he did.
I wonder what he served.
Empanadas.
Yes, probably.
What? I didn't.
And meat on his stick.
There's like a million things
On a
that just
butter.
happened there that I have no idea what they're talking about.
So if you win the Masters, you're in charge of dinner previously before the next year.
So for next year's dinner,
Previously, before the next year, that made no sense.
no, so you're saying the winner from last year has to make a dinner for the tournament this year?
No, he just
he
sets the
doesn't
menu.
make? I mean, he obviously doesn't make it.
Why is that obvious? Why would that be obvious? Some of these guys probably have culinary skills.
He's in charge of getting the dinner and serving what is for dinner.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. He's the planner. He's the dinner planner for next year's tournament, like
Yes.
opening festivities or whatever.
Champions dinner.
Whatever.
Just-
so only the winners, only the green jackets.
Yeah, just the champions.
So Mike
And
Weaver's
the
there like,
Marlins.
I've been dining on this thing for years, boys.
Exactly.
Had the one good year, and boy, I've been eating well for years.
2004, they had poutine and beaver tails.
What? Like, honestly, like you had a chance to like not portray the stereotype, and you went. I bet everything was loaded. Like napkins were Canadian Tire money or something.
Yeah,
Everyone gets their double for dinner.
She ain't show.
Unbelievable. Come on. What is also unbelievable is that we probably saw the last of Erik Karlsson in an Ottawa Senators jersey. How do you feel, Darcy?
Sick to my stomach.
From the Stanley Stompers or from Erik Karlsson?
A little bit of both. Little bit of both, but no, it's it got very, very real. I guess since they didn't trade him at the deadline, I guess I thought, well, no, they're gonna mend bridges. It's just a business thing. Everything's fine. The fact that he went and picked up that puck, like that is just the
Okay, good. I want to go there.
Everybody thinks it's not a big deal, but it is.
Who
Not.
thinks that's not a big
is.
deal.
Me.
It is a big deal.
What does it even mean?
What do you think? So when you why does the guy that scores his first NHL goal, why do they throw that puck into the?
That's a different story.
So what have you ever seen any player, not just Erik Karlsson, at the end of a game go pick up a puck? Can you name me one time in your life
Not just pick up a puck, boys.
you go fishing
Go
through
fishing
it?
for it, digging.
What
in
was the
there.
point? What he said was, "Oh, I just saw it lying there, so I picked it up." Lying
no.
where?
I don't believe his
That was like the
statements
Patrick Kane
necessarily.
goal. It was so lost in that net.
But what I'm trying to say is that I don't understand why this is even a thing. Like, explain to me why he would want to keep this puck.
Because it's a souvenir. It's his last game ever in Ottawa, potentially. Why else?
If he wants to leave so bad because he hates it here, why would he want to keep a puck to remember it?
Because of the times now, you still look fondly back on on your relationships. And
So
stuff,
why
even-
the puck? Why not a team picture that he
It's
gets
a
signed by
little
everyone?
memento, because that's
He's
what
got
hockey players do.
jerseys and a stick and skates and everything else. Why the puck?
Because
I
There's
understand
something
that
about a
puck.
puck.
I
There's something
understand
about that.
pucks can be important when it's a first goal, when it's their 50th and 50, when it's a hat trick, when it's, I don't know, the Stanley Cup winning goal. But when it's your last home game for this team, potentially, who knows? Probably not.
It's looking more like last game. He didn't fly with the team to Buffalo.
That's true. That's true.
So this is looking like he might shut it down for the year, and I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Which means he probably knew he was going to shut it down for the year. Which means he's taken his last game puck ever with the Senators. That he was a captain for an NHL franchise.
And he's
Like this isn't nothing.
And he's
This
the
is a
best
big
defenseman
deal.
for them of all time.
To me, it seems
Yeah.
like I don't get it because it seems like a really weird memento.
Like the
And it's
Sedins are going
so
to probably
obvious.
take the last puck from their game, and they're going to cut it in half and have a half puck plaque each.
We wear it on our neck, Daniel, and so when we see each other in Helsinki,
It's like it's a lock.
I
They're
said
going to put it in
Helsinki,
like
but
a
Twinsies.
yeah, like a Z or something, like a bolt, so that it only fits together when they're together, and they wear it around their necks.
That makes sense.
I think so.
They have to pass the puck 4 times before it can fit.
Yeah. But anyways, no, this is a very big deal. For anybody who says it isn't, it just doesn't make sense. Lots of guys, when they retire, they get the game puck. Game puck just means a lot. It's the last game you ever played, in the NHL or for a team. I mean, why would he do it? What's the logic behind doing that? Why did he just decide to go do that?
Well, that's what I don't get. And maybe that's why it doesn't make sense to me because it just doesn't make sense. I understand your point. Like, the puck makes sense, and getting the puck is a general memento. Okay, fine, cool. Why? It doesn't make sense that he went to get it. Did he not think that no one would see him?
He knows
Why do
everybody
people
saw.
pay thousands of dollars to wear or to buy a jersey that Wayne Gretzky wore?
No, listen, I'm agreeing with you that it can be important to grab the puck. I get it. What I'm not understanding is maybe the same thing you're understanding, and I'm going in a different way with it, is that I don't understand why he went to grab the puck and then be like, I don't know. Like, obviously, I guess he's not going to tell the journalist that because
He's not allowed to because the PR team said no.
Well, he
Allowed to.
Yeah, you
he can
can't.
decide what he. Well, anyways, the PR team would tell the media people not to. They can't tell Erik Karlsson what to say.
The reason that I was depressed about the whole thing is because it's now looking
Depressed.
more and more like it's a Karlsson decision thing. You know, I think Eugene Melnyk it's going to be a PR nightmare, like he's not already in the middle of one. But it's just a complete PR nightmare if he doesn't pony up the money at least to give this guy the raise he deserves. If he can't afford to do that, he shouldn't be in this business. But besides the point, if it could just come down to the fact that it's nothing to do with Dorian, nothing to do with Eugene Melnyk. It's the fact that he doesn't want to be here, and that would suck. And the reason he grabbed the puck, I don't think he would have if he thought there was a chance they would offer him that contract in the summer. I think he's already made up his mind.
So
and that sucks. I think
why
that was
would
the last
he
time.
not want to be here if it's not because of Dorian or
no, I
because
mean,
of
I don't
Melnyk?
think it's up to them at this point. I think they're the ones that probably pushed him out, not Dorian so much as Melnyk.
This is his
Right.
decision.
But I think after all he's been through this year, I think he's to the point now where he's like, no, I'm not coming
He
back.
had his bags packed with Bobby Ryan. He thought he was gone. He thought he was done.
Yeah, they both
And
did.
Vegas had a real push. I mean,
had a
that's
real
what they're
push.
saying. So
And now he's back down to earth. Everything that's happened with his family, all that stuff. So I think he's done with this team. He's done with this city.
I mean, I think he wants to be
appreciates
with
it.
a contender too. I don't think he sees much of a future in the next year, at least, the next couple of years.
No, well, who knows? Right there, a goal away just last year, and they added Matt Duchene.
I know.
Your Bob Cole voice came out there naturally.
I'm trying to get rid of the horse voice.
The Ottawa player, all of a sudden he's talking about.
yeah.
The Ottawa player.
Oh, baby.
Oh baby.
What a goal. Want to see it again? I knew a pretty good Bob Cole.
It's all right.
And there's Erik Karlsson fishing for the puck.
So it seems like such a weird thing to do because it's so obvious because like you guys are saying, maybe the problem I'm having with it is that it seems so obvious that it doesn't make any sense. Like, why would he think to do that?
So the only thing I can understand what you're saying here, and the only other way I could go with this is that he knows this is going to be an absolute circus by doing that.
But is he an idiot? Like, could he
No,
not just
so-
ask someone in the rink, like,
Well,
hey,
this is maybe what his intention is. Maybe there's more layers to it. Maybe he's actually right now forcing Dorian and Melnyk's hand, saying, "You guys better pony up. I just went and picked up the puck. Look at this media circus." That could have been just a really good move on his part for a long term. You know, now Melnyk is legit hands tied. Like, look at what he just did, and look at the way they reacted. Guys like me, I'm freaking out. I'm looking into every single thing. It would be just the absolute, like at the start of this year, you tell me, is he going to be a Senator for life? I would have said absolutely. Unequivocally,
would
there's
not have
no
told you that.
question.
Well, we were talking about them being cup contenders in the middle of the year.
Yeah. Well, more
I
like
wouldn't say that.
more like October-ish.
Yeah.
And then they lost 6 games in a row. And they were like, oh boy.
Yeah, maybe not. Retract, delete.
The proverbial poo-poo hit the fan pretty quick.
Pretty quick. And it spread far and wide. It went from Orleans to Barhaven.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's his last game. I think he's done.
I think so too. It's going to be sad for everyone, but I don't know where he goes.
So I posed
super
this
exciting.
question.
Super exciting.
I posed this question out on Twitter saying, do you think it's possible if they don't win the lottery for Dahlin that you could possibly package a Karlsson and Bobby Ryan for the first pick and maybe a couple of later draft picks back?
Yeah.
And somebody responded to me saying he wouldn't sign with those teams. But that's assuming that Arizona gets it, or that's assuming that, Buffalo gets it.
Yeah.
But what happens if the Islanders, they got 2 shots at this. What happens if the Islanders get the first overall pick and
baby.
Tavares decides to stay? Does that now look like a place that could be a possibility?
They would not have the cap hit. the cap space.
You'd have to make some moves, but would you to?
Oh yeah.
Would you make the moves?
If I'm keeping Tavares and you're asking me if I want to keep Karlsson? Yeah, absolutely. Why the heck not?
You're gonna figure out a way to Taves and Kane this, and hopefully for not as long, but you'd hopefully get a couple of cups out of it, and then
you got at least 1 year to Karlsson.
This draft is the most interesting in
years. Since the lockout, since the Crosby. I just remember the Crosby draft. I don't even really remember every other one after.
No, I don't either.
It's just this kid. As soon as whoever picks first, that team who like there's so many variables.
Yeah.
Like if Ottawa picks first, Karlsson maybe will stay.
Yeah.
You know, if the Islanders pick first, JT will probably stay.
I don't know. I'm really not sure about that for JT. I don't think it's the idea of if they're going to get the first overall pick. I really don't. I think there's more to it than that.
I don't know, man.
I wish it was. Well,
so
actually,
you're
I don't.
starting to actually come off like in the middle of the year. You were like 1,000%. He's staying.
He's staying, but the reason he's staying isn't if they win the lottery or not.
Why wouldn't you want to stay with this generation?
Well, he's saying he's staying anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Well, he actually said just recently to Drew Gross saying, "I hope it all works out," or "I want it to all work out."
I could read through those lines too.
Yeah,
they're like that could go anyway.
Yeah.
That to me sounds like I'm not sure if I can decide for my future.
Kind of like,
you hold all the cards, bud.
That's kind of like a breakup line to me.
Yeah.
Like, can we still be friends? I hope it works out. Can we still be friends?
Can we see what happens over the
summer? I hope it works out.
Let's just try it out and see.
Maybe.
So, the answer is always no, kids.
No.
You cannot.
You can't.
You can't what?
Be friends with your exes.
No.
Yeah.
No. You want to. You don't. You just want to. You just want to be back together again. Just don't do it.
Some bad juju there.
Yeah, just don't do it. Like it's comfortable. I get it. I get that it's comfortable, but like
you're sitting around the table with your wife and your ex, and the stories come up, and nobody likes this.
What?
This
Moving
sounds
on.
Yeah, let's
very
move on.
first-hand experience.
Moving on.
Move on from that.
Red faces.
Red, yeah, definitely. Okay, last portion of the show is the Lock Dog Parlay.
Yes.
You guys know how you did last week?
Yeah, I didn't do terribly.
I also did not do terribly, but I didn't do well. Harper?
All right.
I got 3 out of 5.
That's pretty damn good.
It's not bad. We did
Good
a little
job.
video on it.
Yeah. That's
I'm
true.
going to put it right here.
Nice.
No, I'm going to have to do that after because you can only do it 20 seconds left in the video.
It's stupid. Well, that's fine. YouTube, whatever. So the idea of Lock Dog Parlay is that we take a team that is supposed to win based off of the Vegas odds that we think will win. We take a team that is not supposed to win based off Vegas odds that will win. That's the dog. And we take 3 teams that need to win to cash in on a parlay. We do that for Saturday games. It's the last Saturday of the season, boys.
This is sad.
And then we'll get to declare who the winner is. I've also been trying for like the last week to find a dog trophy. Just like a really dumb trophy with a dog on the
It
top.
should be a collar.
And I just can't find it. There's one on Kijiji right now for $80, and I thought that was absurd. But it's like some collector who collects German Shepherd trophies. Who does that? That is so specific.
That is, but why is he selling them?
Well, he's trying to make money because he collects them so he can get money to buy the better German Shepherd trophies. I guess that's a thing. That's a thing. Like that's how deep people go in collecting.
How deep did you go into researching this?
Too deep to know that information is available. That $80 would get me a little statuette. It's not even little. It was big. It was big.
I don't even want that in my house.
No, I know. So we'll figure it out. I'll find something.
I'd take it.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. So Lock Dog Parlays, boys, you ready?
You guys go first.
Okay, wait. You got my picks on your piece of paper here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you flipped the
wait,
page.
that
Yeah,
way.
the other way.
All right, I'll go.
Yeah, go. There
Lock.
you go. Yeah,
Tampa Bay Lightning on the road against Carolina.
that's fair.
Ooh.
My dog, I'm taking Arizona at home against Anaheim. They've been playing well, and Anaheim's fighing for their lives, so Arizona's going to want to play spoiler.
Yeah, big time. Big
and then
time.
going to go with San Jose, LA,
Bunch of California games. We're gonna have to stay up late. Thanks a lot.
and I'll take Vegas for the first time of the year.
Ooh, Ray's gonna love that. So we have a post
for
up
you,
on our
Ray.
website about how William Karlsson was an accident, not an accident, but it was not a guarantee. So I wrote a little dilly. Go to the website.
Ray's actually
writeinghindtime.com.
watching right now.
Carlson was a...
Everybody say hi to Ray.
Hi, Ray.
Hi, Ray. Hey, buddy. He says,
What's up, Ray?
he says he also doesn't understand the importance of the puck at Tilo Mitch.
See, he's starting to come back to my side of things.
Going to the dark side.
Ray,
Going to
where
the
you
red
going?
side,
Where you
actually.
going, man?
Come back,
Come
Ray.
on.
All right, so my picks. lock Boston against Ottawa because Ottawa sucks. I was gonna say Boston sucks, and that's not true. Boston's at home. Ottawa's
Can I interrupt you for a sec since Ray's
Yeah.
watching? Ray, well, what's the importance, because you're American, what's the importance of the baseball then? I'm sure the baseball is important.
Don't listen to him, Ray. Don't listen to him.
He's
trying to trap you.
Carry on.
Okay, Boston lock. Dog, New York Rangers. They are, I believe, on the road. On the road against Philly. Philly's going to win that because they want to make the playoffs and lock it in. They want to lock their playoffs.
Ooh.
Parlay, Jets, Nashville, Calgary. Calgary's my value pick because I think they're on the road again.
No, they're home.
They're home to the
Against-
Golden Knights,
To Vegas.
and Vegas will win that. Well, they should,
They should, but
but Calgary will, and they're going to get me some monies. Sweet.
Okay,
Okay, Harps.
I'm up.
Yeah,
Toronto Maple Leafs are my lock against
of course,
Montreal.
because you hate Montreal so much.
you did that again last year or last time they played.
Yeah, this is the last game of the season. They're in Toronto. They want to solidify their number 2 slot. 13.5% or whatever they want.
They beat Detroit tonight.
4-3 break. I was gonna swear. I bit my tongue.
Bit
Okay,
your
so
tongue.
Toronto. My dog.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Go for it.
All right.
Sabre.
Yeah. Give me the Sabres. They're gonna go out on a high note. Panthers have nothing left to play for. They're not making the playoffs.
They still mathematically in it. They must be, right?
Who,
They
the
are.
Panthers?
Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah.
Like skin.
yeah.
Skin
they
of their
have,
teeth.
They have to win every single game for the rest of the season.
And they need some luck, I think.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So
Parlay.
parlay.
Parlay ton parlay.
Parlay to parlay. Really cool game coming up on the weekend too.
Yeah.
So the Blues versus the Avalanche. It's going to be an amazing hockey game. That's going to be a playoff game. Give me the Avalanche
Okay.
on that one. Give me the Ducks
Yep.
and the Golden Knights.
So just so we know, Florida actually did win tonight
There you
against
go.
Boston.
Oh.
At home, they beat the Bruins. Impressive.
In Luongo's 1,000th game. Congrats, Roberto Luongo. Sorry it didn't work out for the Islanders. I wish it had
It's his 1,000th game?
played.
Bobby Lou.
Yeah.
His 1,000th game played.
That's right.
As a goaltender.
That's right.
That's incredible.
That's
A lot
insane.
of squats, man.
That's a lot of squats. That's the end of our show. On that note, I'm glad you didn't jingle your keys so far.
I don't have my keys.
There you go. They're up there with MJ. She's got them.
They got taken away.
Make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. That's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's all at Ride and Pine Show. Follow us on the website. It's rideandpineshow.com. Again, we post content relatively daily. Definitely go to YouTube because that's where we put all of our stuff. We have almost every other day. We do 5 videos a week, and that's all up on the YouTube channel. You can get it here. This is 20 seconds from the end. That's all I've got, boys. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast.
And you can click on my face this time because I'm in the middle.
You're in the middle.
Here. Mike Wazowski.
And Harps, enjoy your Masters Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, buddy.
Oh my God.
Good luck in the pool you're in with me.
Stupid.
That we're not doing very well in collectively, but we will.
Okay.
We'll get
It's
there.
just Friday, boys.
It is.
Stupid
Well, it's only Thursday, but
The Masters are so dumb. Oh my God. I hate golf so much. I'm falling asleep.
You love it. You
Have
need
a
to
good-
come over and watch how hyped I get about the Masters.
I
Yeah.
don't want to do that.
all right. Have a good week, boys.
Bye.
Peace out. Click here. Okay.
I will never.